Hallo alle zusammen. Okay, wir machen eine Mini-Wiederholung von den neuen Wechselpräpositionen. We're going to do a mini review of the changeable or two-way prepositions really quickly. So of course they're called the Wechselpräpositionen or the two-way prepositions because they go with two cases. And those again where one is accusative and the second one is dative. Okay, but there's a total of 9 of them, and the one important part is that you need to know what they mean and when we use them. So a good way to remember those is to draw a big number 9, and then you can put the 9 prepositions, since they're prepositions of location, around and within the 9. So we have in, which is in or into, über, which is above, auf, which of course is on a horizontal surface, zwischen, in between, neben, next to, hinter, behind, an, which is on but on a vertical surface, and then vor, which is in front of. So this is a good way to remember all 9 of those prepositions. Now again, they go with accusative and dative case, and you're going to be using the accusative case when, let's see if you remember, it's going to be dynamic. So when there's motion. So typically you're going to have sentences that involve somebody moving something. It's not going to be a thing moving itself. So you would say something like, ich stelle den Stuhl, hinter den Schrank. Okay, so here's your hinter and there's your accusative case. Okay, with dative case, then of course it's going to be static, so no motion. So it is naming a location. So for that one you would have an example like der Schrank steht hinter, actually in this case let's do vor, so it's the same example, dem Stuhl. Okay, so here's your dative and here's your accusative. The endings, both of these things are masculine. The endings switched based on which case. I hope that makes sense at this point. Notice also here you have an actor, so you have a person moving something. In this case, you just are naming a location in respect to another thing. This, of course, could be a person. And those verbs that we've been doing, so the stellen and the stehen also switch out. So stellen, again, is your active verb, so you have motion. And stehen is your static verb or no motion. Okay, so remember those things. Now, what I'm going to have you guys do is in your composition book, you're going to write some sentences where you're naming locations. So I'm going to show you guys a picture. Let me pop that up for you. Here's the picture. So you have A bis L, A through L. And what you're going to do is go through and tell me where the cat or the dog are with respect to the other pieces of furniture or electronic equipment in the picture. So just a reminder, this is the dog, by the way. It's der Hund, masculine, and die Katze, feminine. Okay, so please go through and do that in your composition book. Make sure that you're dating the pages, and when you are done, we're switching to another task.